software. So that kerfluckle, that was all me. Anthony, Peter, what am I doing? Another known as Peter Anthony DeLuca. Peter Anthony. That's who. That's who's streaming right now. That's me. We have Mad Balls, and these are taking some time to complete. We have a lot of them. I'm just trying to get through the stack. It's tough for me to move on from these because a lot of the colors I use, like for example, yesterday, this is almost right where I left off yesterday. I, yeah, you make a little pile of your positives and negatives color wise. But if I were to, for example, sit down and work on like this piece or work on this piece, yeah, I would have to redo this. So, and I already did that one time for this guy. Hey, I'm not in the mood to do it again. I need to get little skull boy here out of the way. So we're just going to muscle through it, get this done, add our whiteout, and call it a day when it comes to working on Scully Boy here. But guys, Philly is absolutely on fire right now. It is electric. It's so much fun just to walk around the city. Uh, Atmosphere is just it's just amazing. Last night too, there was a pretty cool drone show at the Art Museum where they did, the Philadelphia logos. They did a couple players, like players right down to like jersey numbers and stuff like that. Like really cool stuff. But guys, this is this is a city that loves its sports teams. No, truly does. And I know we were even disappointed a lot, like very disappointed with the fate and uh, what happened with the Phillies this past year. But uh, it's almost like, you know what, it doesn't matter because we're going to be excited for the Phils this coming year equally as hard. So yeah, yeah, and that's just local sports where you can have a disappointing year, but as long as the team, like if the team is strong, you can like you can kind of um, always root for them. And even if the Eagles lose today, people will be gearing up for next season like already. And it's some of it. You can argue: is it like blind allegiance? Is it just like maybe like following something just to follow something? Yeah, I mean, but so many people organize their entire day, like almost like like dare I say, parts of their life is organized around the Eagles. Uh, playing one day a week. It's all of these things where you can like a person can manage that. A person can uh, work. You can kind of like work your job. You can do stuff with your family, and then get ready for game day. I have a couple groups of friends that have been tailgating since early, and one of them reached out and invited me. They're like, "You really have to come," and my response essentially was like, "Well, I'm doing dry January." I'm, and look, when you do dry January, you really don't want to do anything. You just don't. It's easier too, and it's the social pressure to go out and do stuff kind of also leaves. I'm not one for uh, going to bars and not ordering alcohol because I just feel like you you take away from the people that work there. You just steal their time. You steal their table space. It's just bad business. It's just a bad move. I think it's selfish. I know a lot of people don't feel that way, right? I think so. I'd rather just do other things. I'd rather just do other stuff. All right, and then what we need here is I need like a little bit of. Yeah, we need some white. We need some good white. This one is not. Actually, we need some almost like a pastel softness for white. Yo, anime. What is up, dude? Good morning. Good morning. People have been telling me I should be scheduling some of these streams, uh, so like notifications go out a little bit more efficiently. But I don't know. I like the idea of just popping on. I think it's a little bit more honest, right? It's a little bit more spontaneous. Like, hey guys, like I'm here. How are we doing today, anime? What are you doing? Are you working? What's going on? Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. Yeah, about to make breakfast. What's for breakfast? Cereal? Is it just joke? Is it Fruity Pebbles? There's only one option when it comes to breakfast. Two options when it comes to breakfast cereal. It's Fruity Pebbles, Captain Crunch. And holy crap, dude, it has been a while since I had either of those. Eggs and stuff. Yeah, that's like a full on adult breakfast, as I like to say. I think this one is looking way more rounded than I was anticipating, which I'm kind of jazzed up about. Just putting some shots of just like nice red in here to help with some of that cool blending. But here we go. Iced coffee. Yeah. Yeah, we got some straight black coffee here. Well, anime, you sound like a fully functioning adult. Iced coffee, eggs, protein, all of it. All right, we are going to we're gonna hit that white out right now, and then I think we'll move on to who was it? Hornhead, right? Because Hornhead's a little purpley. This is the werewolf guy. This is Brain Bash, I think his name is. I mean, if I can leave today with kind of like 2.5, maybe make real progress on Hornhead though, I will be beyond happy. That will put everything in striking distance. We have our Sunday presentation that went live already. Anime, a wonderful animated Captain America PSA. We'll be doing a lot of Captain America stuff now moving forward. The podcast, the Film Buff podcast, has Captain America's essentially his first animated appearance, which is from the 1977 Spider-Man animated series, where Red Skull tries to swap his brain. Red Skull kidnaps Captain America. Spider-Man gets blamed for it, and Red Skull tries to swap the brains. Which, yeah, if you recall, it kind of is a storyline from Uncanny Avengers. Let's see here. We need Hornhead, Madball, right? Hornhead, Madball. Yeah, so he's like he is like purpley, so we can go pretty hard with the purple on this one. Very nice. There we go. And there's the original. Cool. Yeah, so let's see. We have a pink here, we have a purple. Last night too, I spent some of my time looking for this one's going to be perfect. This dark brown. And yeah, I was trying to find more of these Spectra color on eBay without luck. They used to find lots of them. I don't know if I was like searching correctly or what, but I have to make a choice with my colored pencils, as in, like what manufacturer, what brand of them am I going to back, and then kind of like go all in on, because I really do need I need help. I just don't have enough at all right now. Like these are this is essentially my entire color pencil supply, so I need to kind of go all in. And I'll be dropping a video this week about the some Prismacolor markers that I acquired through one of you, one of the AKA Powders, and it was just around Christmas time. And I just wanted to do a video highlighting a little bit of how, like what, those markers mean to me. Because I've been pursuing somewhat of a complete set of Prismacolor chisel tips for quite some time. Slobulus over there, I hate to say it, because I do like the way he's colored and drawn. Yeah, I like a lot about Slobulus. I feel Slobulus, like sometimes you need warm up work just to put your head into something. And I kind of wish I had better warm up work for Slobulus. I just think he's over highlighted. Which is the worst feeling, because it just makes you want to redo something and you don't feel like something is good enough. But and Slobulus too has just the amount of errors that I'll say like the average person will be just totally ignore, not care, not pick up on. Here we go. What do you think of American comics looking super similar? What do you think about American? Sorry, trying to read this anime. What do you think of American comics looking super similar? I've tried to get into comics, but I'm bothered by the derivative art. And yeah, but you know what, anime? You be the guy that doesn't do that. There's always room for someone being a professional, and it may not be what you want to do, but there's room for professionals across the board. um, like you're not rewriting the book. If you think things are derivative or which well, we do a lot of '90s comics on this channel, and a lot of outsiders said the same thing about '90s comics. But the guys on the inside, right? Uh, they um, they loved it because it was like their their school of thought. And just because something's not your school of thought doesn't mean it's not valid. But you would get a lot of veterans in the '90s, and I think this is a little bit more prominent on the Marvel side. But they would start drawing like Image Comics, like like they would just start doing the Jim Lee poses and uh, some of the McFarlane detail and things like that. And a lot of those guys did that to prove a point. That kind of what those young kids were doing wasn't ish. It wasn't much. I don't know. Like I think it's a little bit high horse of you to say I don't want to get in because I feel like everyone is not doing what I think they should be doing, or they don't have the perception that I have. If you want to do it, I say, like kick ass and do it. And if you want to teach people, get good enough to teach them. Like teach them. Like be so good that they have to listen to you. Oh, actually, in school for concept anime. Look, we get a little bit, you know, we get honest on this channel. If there's anything that's derivative in the realm that kind of is adjacent to comic books, it's concept design. Concept design is absolutely. I mean, some accounts I had to stop following some concept design accounts because uh, they would just like post the same thing but as a cowboy, post the same thing as a futuristic robot, post the same thing as a gothic vampire. Yeah, concept design is just rinse and repeat in my eyes. Yeah, I get it, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's good to disagree. No, it's not. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but anime. Just keep in mind too, like some of where you are coming from. Like like you could just be seeing everything through the lens of concept design. And that's your realm. So of course you're going to kind of you're going to protect it. You're going to have a little bit more of a heightened perspective on it, which is cool. Like like it's good to kind of if you're into concept design, it's really good to uh, go all in on it. I think you have to go all in when it comes to concept design. What books have you like? Have you? I know like concept designers collect books the same as anyone. Is there any like, do you have a library of books and stuff? Because I would be super curious of what you would even like, like what your taste level is, like what you would kind of like recommend, uh, concept design wise. But it's hard to kind of separate the two. Like comic book artwork is not concept design. It's just not. And even though the two use similar tools, right? Like all that stuff. Like it's both use Wacom tablets, for example, or Cintiqs. Here we go. I think our boy here is looking quite devilish. He's looking kind of, right? He's looking creepy. There's like no room for a signature at all, like on these. Yeah, it's well, I mean, like saying poses are derivative is a blanket statement anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Oh, engineering book. So you're like all in on concept design. What about like do you have a lot of digital files? Or like do you organize like what those like the like what that reference is? Like for example, like the reason why you have National Geographic, do you like scan that in? Do you create like a digital go to? So like a Google Drive folder, just so you can kind of have your own little like database and you can search for things really quick. I the concept design I prefer, and you can kind of tell from the channel, is really the like everything going into probably like 2010. At that point, things went like so hard with the digital. I like it when concept design guys were using markers like this acrylic with colored pencils. With the really nice art boards. But I think that like organizing your method, just kind of being able to pull information up quickly and stuff like that. I think so much of that is uh like it's how I would imagine a concept designer like working. But we will be doing anime. We'll be doing the art of Captain America, of the trilogy of the Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. That should be Saturday next week. I'll be going through those books. Yeah. I just like even like here, like just behind me, because I keep them at arm's length, and I know I showed this off so many times before, but I love the Armageddon, the visions of Armageddon. See, like just, like I was able to crack it open to this because this is laid flat for me a couple times. But see, like all of this is all marker. Like it's just I love the like even here. Like And yeah, like the helmets too. The helmet design in Armageddon is really next level. It looks so good on screen. But I like this book a lot. That I often reference this book when it comes to, but like you see kind of like some of the early, this is digital. This is actually like Photoshop textures that they just like, like lasso clipped out and shaded. But the work in here is just really like here. See, like that's the satellite station. Oh no, that's the nuclear bomb. I'm sorry. Yeah, with that nice yellow highlight coming in from the bottom. See, like the Independence. X-71, which was a real concept too at the time. Like that was like a in play. But yeah, it's like I have a master list of those, of all the books from that era, and I think I'm down to maybe like 8 or 9 of them. I got 8 or 9 of them left, and one of them just shot up in price, and I'm kind of like upset about that because I could have had it for pennies at one point. So some of these lines, I'm going to go back and um, like kind of come in on them from the outside. So the Sharpie, like when the Sharpie lays down the line, that's almost like the middle. So when you do your highlights, you have to kind of decide to go on top of, or you go inside or outside of that Sharpie line. Here we go. I mean, I kind of want to do a run of these now, just because the highlighting takes time to kick in, to where like you're hitting the right spots. Anime, have you like tried to get work at all? Like I know, like, and what type of school is it? Like a online course or online class, or is it kind of like, are you in like a college and they kind of have like a concept design coursework? I'm curious about that just cause I don't know. I mean, like just thinking, just to get some of the, if I could get like shortcuts on some of the techniques and kind of like what to use and how to increase like your speed. Like I would be, I guess, like if it's online, like I would be interested in taking a course just to kind of see, uh, like if I can apply that to like other areas, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I think we're like almost done with this guy. What do you think? What do you think, anime? Are we done? What else do we need to do? Yeah, I got files. They teach you that in school. Yeah. Yeah, with the old, yeah, yeah. I just think the older stuff has like there's a tactile to it. Like you can kind of, and the cool thing is with the older stuff, if you go into when it goes up for auction or goes for sale, usually on those websites they have like super high res scans, and you can see like the artboard, like the texture of the surface is just it's almost like some of them it's like so thick it's almost like corrugated. It's almost like this. Yeah, it gives a traditional look. Do you have any digital brush packs? That's almost like what I need. I need like a round of I have ones for like Zipatones. I have a few that I made myself, but I need like a comprehensive like brush pack. Period. If you can DM me like any suggestion of ones that you purchased, uh, please do because I do need I need that. Yeah, the Star Wars stuff. So here, upcoming is going to be will be and like this is like 2025 stuff, but still relatively soon. Will be original Star Wars trilogy art of, and then we'll review the prequels again, and then we'll do new trilogy art of, because the new trilogy stuff, that first movie, like where is it? Do I have that in like so many people? Oh, it's on the bottom. Hold up, let me see if I can pull it out real quick. Where's it at? Right here. Like I only have this because a friend of mine got me this for Christmas, and we saw the movie together. And we love this anime. And I still say here, hot take, hot take, hot take. This is the greatest Star Wars movie. I know, right? And I have my reasons. I have a lot. I have my reasons. I'm not saying what came after this, right, was what worked, but when it comes to concept design, and we're just going into concept design. See, like we have things like look, the Millennium Falcon in this like jungle waterfall, right? Um, when it comes to just concept, like the Star Wars stuff is so good for just what the concepts are. Like right here, like Red Han Solo. See, look, they were doing. I can't believe they were doing Darth Talon at one point. Isn't that crazy? But look at these like AT-ATs, these Imperial walkers. I think like look Ray with R2's head, and this guy too. This guy was a part of the original the prequels. You can tell just by and what is his uh McCraig. The guy's name is McCraig. And I should be more versed to where I can pick out who did what in each of these. But this is amazing constant like just amazing design work. Like look at this like salvage yard. And people will say like you can't like this because the movie was this and they killed Leia or like whatever. Like like you get the dumbest reasons why people will tell you not to pay attention to this. And I would say like of the modern day, this fits the definition, my definition of concept design work. Because there's just endless ideas here. And some of them end up in the movie. Now this could be post like there's almost like pre-script and postscript concept work. You can kind of say like maybe like this was like they knew this shot and this speech was going to be in the movie, so they're like, let's play this out. Like let's just see what we can do with this and what that what it's going to look like. But then a lot of times with these books, they like the Marvel ones. The Marvel ones kind of bother me because they reverse engineer the movie the way that they're presented. And by that I mean the Marvel books will go in sequence of the movie and only show you concept things and production work from like that scene in that movie. Where here you just get a million things that just never ended up on camera. You get some of the ideas though. Like see, like these ones this is more complete. This is more like this is not concept, this is like more previs. And feel free to correct me on any of the incorrect like terminology or the way I'm reading some of this. But this is great. And these are so cheap. These are cheap. I recommend anyway, even like if you're into like the leaning more into the digital side. Like they're great, dude. Like no cap, no cap. Do we got Ithky in the house? We got Ith, man. We got our Gator. We have Gator Boy in the house, everyone. Yeah, on like both have strengths. Total excellence. Cheers to total excellence. Total excellence. We got I'll today's so crazy. I wanted to text. I've been wanting to text. I've been wanting to call you. I just suck. Just wanted to talk to you, buddy. Just cause it's been a little bit, right? It's been a spell. True Grit is a true but if you like comic stuff, a bunch of good stuff out there. Yeah, True Grit. Let me write that down. Anime. Yeah, I'm still looking into Trigger Studios as well. Also, just so you know, like here, this is one of the reasons why I really like the chat to be like small, because anime he pushed me towards Trigger Studios, and see like right here, True Grit right there, True with the E brush. See, like, and then like I will buy this. I will buy this. Now is I just feel like when the group is smaller, when the chat's smaller, we can kind of lean into each other and uh not help each other. It's not like we're out here looking for help, but we push each other. We can push each other in different, like in different ways. But give me 1 second, guys. Let me just get back. I just saw this one right here. What's the weather in Florida, in your part of Florida? If Yeah, I'm throwing my computer after you said that. Yeah, there you go. I like the Force Awakens. Yeah, dude, I don't like it. I just like when if you're not familiar with the Rocky movies, I'll make a point. I'll make a point about that comment right now. I'll make a real point. If you guys know I live in Philly, right? So everything's Rocky. It's like it's still everything Rocky, like all the time, right? Um, if you were to describe a Rocky movie to someone and just kind of like tell them why like the fight scenes are so good and why the like some of the fighting's just so dramatic and gritty and real and slow, like the slow motion shots and like the shots that Stallone designs where it's just like the sweat and the blood just like bursts from the dude's head as soon as they're hit. And you kind of go through a Rocky movie, like you'll talk about the fight scenes, the boxing scenes. You'll talk about the training montages, right? And you'll talk about that movie in such a way that in the person's mind they would most likely imagine Rocky Four, right? Rocky Four, the Drago one. And I know people that swear by that movie. Like they will fight anyone that doesn't absolutely love that movie. Yeah. And but that's not a Rocky movie, right? Like a Rocky movie is Rocky One, where he's almost like a loan shark for the mafia, and he's kind of slow, right? Like he's not a good person too in that first movie. He's a broken, corrupted person, and here's the wild thing: he loses. Rocky loses in Rocky 1, but he gets the rematch. So he fights Apollo Creed again while dealing with his fame and notoriety. And we even see in that second one, like he can't even read a cue card. Like he's not 100%. And then he wins, and then with that success, he becomes almost like a paper champion in that third one. The third one is with Hulk Hogan and the perfectly cast Mr. T as Clubber Lang. And in the third one, he deals with kind of drinking his own Kool-Aid, and Clubber Lang completely decimates him. The Hulk Hogan stuff is part of that. That was like a publicity stunt within the movie. So Hulk Hogan's not a boxer in Rocky 3. He's a promo guy almost, but he's also a famous wrestler. So the third one is him kind of like really conquering his demons, and here we go, becoming a boxer. Because they say like you in the third one, they criticize him beating Creed for the title, but Creed was aging out of the of being a boxer. So all of Rocky's success that he's had between 2 and 3 is is not there. Like like it's almost like in Rocky as a character in his mind, he read it as success, and in a way he was a joke. So the fourth Rocky movie is Revenge Fight. Uh, you know, Dolph Lundgren, aka Ivan Drago, kills Apollo Creed in the ring. No belt, no sanction fight. It's an exhibition match for an exhibition match, and he goes to Russia and he trains and he beats a big giant Russian. Right? If you were to describe everything about what makes a Star Wars movie and what works, even down to like teases and the hinting of something larger, it's really Force Awakens that hits those notes. It's not New Hope. Empire Strikes Back leans a little bit too much into itself, meaning there's a lot like explanation, and even Empire. There just might be things that don't capture enough people, but Empire captured a generation. But moving forward, you kind of want to say that Force Awakens has that right layout to kind of capture and inspire and to show people that Star Wars is, ships in space, lightsabers. There's an evil empire. There's a mystery with the Force. Like all of these things, and the Force stuff too isn't even heavy in like New Hope. So you would immediately almost like eliminate that. So and sometimes when we talk about these, especially Star Wars movies, we have to be able to discuss them individually as movies and not as a series, because they do all stand alone as films. Even though we kind of have with the newer trilogy, we do have cliffhangers. We do have cliffhangers, but we are getting resolutions at the end of every single one of those movies. So I could be wrong. I have stated my Force Awakens case. All right, guys. What we got here? What we got? What we got? Yeah, yeah. The concept stuff is great. Yeah. Yes, yes. Yeah, maybe I just gotta get I gotta get that then. guys. On to Hornet. So we got. I mean, I'm happy. In the last 2 days, we kind of have two we can sign off on. We can sign off on Slobulus here, which is over highlight. Every time I see this one, I just want to rip this one in half. I absolutely hate this one. And then we have Skullhead, Skullboy, looking pretty cool, right? And then we have Hornhead. Watch if he's purple. I'm kind of thinking like the inside of the mouth should be like yellow, that kind of fades to like purple on the outsides. I'm talking just in like the bean mouth here, but it's like yellow, orange, and then kind of like complementary purple. Shading wise, dare I say, should we shade some of his purple with? I mean, we can go with brown, but we can also go with the dark blue here. Let's just start with right here with this color. You kind of want to when you get dirty on these. Part of what you want to do is you want to pick colors that are like lighter than lighter and darker because your base your foundation is it's a pretty dark brown with the corrugated cardboard. It's pretty dark, so you kind of want it's almost like marination if you're into cooking, where like you kind of want your marinade to be saltier or with more sugar to take effect onto into the protein. Like if you're going to work with the protein, you have to overpower it almost because like you want all of that to be able to penetrate the meat as much as possible. So when we have a dark base, you kind of want the same philosophy. Like you want to just go all in on darks and lights just so you can sell the idea of stuff being shaded, like stuff having form. True Grit Brush Pack. So let's see though. Like let's just get into the purple. And I think we're going to lay the pink down here. And then we're going to put the purple on top of that. Hornhead though here is like just a little. I know the skull guy was technically like one color, one shade, but Hornhead really is just he's almost like monochromatic. And you guys out there, hit the new drops today. Stuff's dropping as I'm doing this, as I'm talking to all of you. Comments, likes, thumbs up, all that stuff. The channel's growing, guys. When we kind of go through a lot of my contemporaries, I'll say, that kind of maybe started around the same time with with just the type of content I was doing on YouTube and the sphere that we're in, that we share. A lot of them fell off, and I'm kind of this one group. I'm one of the last guys standing, and there's already like like a new group hovering, and they're all fighting for, they're jockeying for position. But we do good things on the YouTube channel, and I take a lot of insight and conversation from you guys. Like a lot of the talks that we have here, directly affect the YouTube channel. As you guys can see, I even like take notes. I take notes while I'm talking to all of you. Here we go. This is like a little bit more of a purple here, but this is Tuscan red. And maybe it's hard for you guys to see where, even though it's not sharpied in, where I do put like another rim of lighting. So it's almost like double lighting within double lighting on the same form. So here it's like we have like 1, 2, 3, and here we have like 1, 2, 3, and you almost like share that middle, but that middle too is also going to get highlighted. So there's, like there's positioning a lot of times with stuff like this where, like you gotta get close to it, and I don't think you get it if you have distance from the piece. So sometimes like you gotta get close, and sometimes you gotta back away to see, uh, like what's happening, like where are we with uh, this reality that we're basically forging. And give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to get right to some of those comments. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good. Like it's 2024 was really a wash, Ithki. And I don't know if you noticed that with some of my like drawing output. Um, I did like a mad sprint from November into December to kind of really clear the slates, and this even goes into like trial by fire, where, um, like even now, like I'm just struggling to get time to work on TBF. But but when it comes to like like other work and other things, like we have stuff like cooking here, and this has become super quick and efficient for me now. Uh, by that, like, like we have Mighty Mary here. Mighty Mary will be getting 2 covers from me. Uh, it's becoming like super quick, which is great. And yeah, I'm still like struggling to get the windows of opportunity to work on a lot of, my stuff, even with like Uzi Susie and a lot of these things that you guys like, like everyone just seems to like Uzi Susie. But like I keep stockpiling pages for that. Like I have a lot of Uzi Susie just like flowed out, and it's fun, dude. Like that's such a fun, wild book to work on. But Uzi Susie's been my best progress of late, and I don't want that to be the case. But we're getting there. Trust me, like we are getting there. And here, what I'm trying to do here is just to get the right blend with texture. I'm not I'm picking up the pencil more than I have for maybe any other one so far. But I'm trying to get like a little bit of a like pimply, like stigmatic texture for Hornhead here. And some of the client work too could become it could kind of be like within the other media. I've been back and forth with a couple different people, one major company right now, on doing uh, review product rollouts for them or featuring new products on my channel that they're producing. And I think I don't want to say who, but I'm sure you guys can guess if you kind of think about it for a couple seconds. And they reached out to me, like they found what I was doing on YouTube and Twitter. They reached out to me, and we've had like a really nice dialogue. Some of that comes down to, do I feel like will it compromise, what my opinions are, kind of, because I view a lot of what I do on YouTube as like not the final say, but like the beginning of a larger conversation, because a lot of the things I approach on YouTube are not, they're just not discussed anywhere else. They're just kind of these, um, like people just kind of ignore it. I'll say, like ignore a lot of it, where I come from. Like even with the yesterday's like Bob Kane video, it's just someone makes a documentary about Bill Finger, and the whole contention of Bill Finger is hunting down his relatives so they can give credit. And you're like, okay, well that's interesting. Like we can learn about Bill Finger because there's not a lot out there, and we do. Like you watch that documentary, and you learn about Bill Finger 100%. And then there's like, well, where exactly is this like evidence? You hear other people talk. We're like, oh, he was upset, and they kind of give you like a sob story. But where is where like where's the position here? Like you make a claim on the documentary that in comic book terms is pretty serious, like pretty severe. It's a big one, and there's no real evidence, and it's just a hypothesis. It's just like this idea. So I don't know, but stuff like that, and I feel like if sponsorships roll into the channel, even if it's like on like a small scale, that it will completely compromise what I'm able to talk about. So you gotta like consider that stuff. You really do. Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, I know, dude. I can't wait for TBF either. Dude, I've debated just doing black and white TBF. Yeah, just make it black and white, because I think it works a little bit better as a black and white. But it's just stuff like that, like, and it's a lot of this stuff too, dude. Like this has been like a journey, like my but I have to get more serious with the straight up comic book production period. This calendar year, I think I just really feel like this is a make it or break a year, and the marks I have to hit are real marks. Like they're just not, hey, like let's get the idea out there and be a little like about it. No, like it's the ideas have to be present. They have to hit marks. They have to have traction. They have to work. So, and some of that comes with popularity. Like you have to be popular online. That's do or die. I need like a even pink, and even though like this one here looks like an even pink, I don't know. It's like almost like too light. But I think this is what even pink would look like, because the cardboard is so dark. But Itchy, dude, like it is. It's good to see you, buddy. There was a while where I'm like, I just didn't see you. Like yeah, and I would go to your feeds and just kind of make sure like you had something somewhat recent on Twitter, or I know like you kind of a lot of your streams dried up, but if you need to, if you want to do something, just let me know and I'll pop onto your channel. Yeah, I think if you make me like a co-host, I think, and someone did it yesterday. I have to check in on them. Omer Omer Glitch. He was on one channel. He was on Don's channel doing the Tin Soldier, and I think Don's the guy behind Tin Soldier. Great, fantastic design for a character. But then he was also live on his own channel, so it was almost like two congruent feeds of the same show on two separate channels. Uh, so I wanted to reach out to him to really feel, to feel that out, because I think, like that should be a move if you're on if you're inviting someone that has like a bigger channel than yourself. You should make them a co-host so that it goes out on their end as well. I'm putting yellow here just because I gotta put like another like shade of something. And pink and orange is like one of the most god awful combos you can ever put. It's like the Dunkin' Donuts logo. Only Dunkin' gets away with pink and orange. But I need this to glow to be a little bit more of a focal point. So even my light coming in from my windows, and my windows are at half mast now. Like you guys can see where, like, if I'm working on it like this, the reflection of the wax, it corrupts. Say, because when we take it out of the light, how much more we can see the forms and color. Yeah, I think that's kind of where we are with that. Yeah, I mean, like fresh eyes, feedback, a little bit of a feedback loop. Um, maybe just having you read uh page by page, like what the writing is. You know, and it's kind of funny because you would think uh you can get help so much more easily with that stuff, and I just don't understand why other creators, like with their books, don't why they don't like create like a feedback loop for people who want to actively look, read, and I don't even care. I think all feedback is good, even though like you might say to yourself, well, like that's uneducated, or that's just they don't understand this and they don't understand that. Like I just think that is like that's recipe for a failed book. So, but no one does it because like giving yourself a feedback loop is scary for people because they will be exposed if it's for lack of a better term. I am doing a lot of contour texturing for this guy already, more so than I have ever done. And I guess it's because I didn't do the Sharpie well enough. Because a lot of what I'm doing right here should be laid out with the Sharpie. And then like I kind of want the eye to kind of have its own like like dark to light, like kind of just sphered. And he's got veins, so the veins are just going to get put in with colored pencil at the end. Let me see here. Yeah. So the force is already moving, meaning it's game day. So I'm going to be surrounded by alcohol all day, and yeah, I'm doing dry January. How's that for willpower? I mean, I would do like, relatively speaking, I could do dry 2025. No problem. No problem. Yeah, so I will have to jump ship soon. I was just a little bit curious on, and by soon I mean in the next couple minutes. But I was a little bit curious of this purple here. I'm still not at the values in the shading I was visualizing for this guy. I wanted him to be like more like blood red but purple. It's so meditative. Uh, Working with colored pencils though, like you can just get lost in your like own thoughts pretty easily. Here we go. Right, we're getting there. I think this type of shading is new. Like it's just like new to my previous approaches. But this is also more like the forms here are way more wide open than normal. And I think because he's had the center eyeball, I was able to kind of like wrap it to make things more round. So even like with the dark colors, one of the things you want to try and do is you can see kind of where like I color over the Sharpie line. And what I'm trying to do there is I'm trying to expand and blend the value of even that dark, like the black of the Sharpie. I'm trying to like make that almost like a blur. So it's blurred. It's a no. It's a lighter color. It's a lighter shade, and then you can put something on top of that and really get you get some roundness because of it. Yeah, I just think, yeah. Oh, nice. 12 pages is still, that's still a feat. That's still work. Yeah, the choice is good enough. Very cool. Very cool. All right, guys. I do have to get going. I'm kind of in crunch time to shower. I have to pack a bag, believe it or not, because I'll be mobile all day and I'll be between multiple cities and states today. It's a big day, and I need to have stuff in case I get held up to be able to work tomorrow. So it is a full on production. But cheers, guys. If you see anything from me, it's probably going to be pre-recorded. But I think we're good for today. We already did video, we did the live stream, we did the podcast. So there. So all systems are go on Monday.